And I'll always be real true.
And you know, Anthony, I have Downbeat in the studio, and I have on the phone lines with us this morning a very, very special person, Anthony. You go ahead and introduce the gentleman on the phone line.
Well, we're talking about one of the original members of the Paragons, because John originally, when he started out, you know, he started doing his thing, and then I guess the Paragons was formed back in the 60s. So our very special guest on this special dedication to John Holt, Mr. Howard Barrett. Good morning, Howie. How you doing, sir?
I am good, thank you.
Good morning, Howie. How you doing? Welcome to Groovin Radio.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure. It's just sad that we're doing it at such a time.
Right.
You know, you were one of the original members of the Paragons. You knew John Holt well. And you know, we're paying a very special tribute this morning to John. The entire program is dedicated to the life of John Holt. Share a few words about John with the listening audience and some of the happier days you spent with John Holt.
Some of the happier days, I've been happy-go-lucky days. I've been knowing John since I was 9 years old. We both went to the same church in Whitfield Town. And
Howie, could you bring up your volume a little? You're kind of low, please.
Oh, I'm low?
Yes.
Okay, I said I've been knowing John since we were 9 years old. We both attended the same church, but we were never friends because from the early days, John was always a wayward person, you know. They would give him a penny for his collection, and instead of putting it in the plate, he would buy a icicle, you know. So he was that. Anyway, around about 1965,
right.
Bob Andy and at the time he was Keith Anderson and Tyrone Evans, the late Tyrone Evans. They formed a group and they called themselves the Binders. And within this group was Junior Men's. They're familiar with Junior Men's? Junior Men's sang with the Techniques. And was like 4 of them. No, 5. Another fellow called Stamp. And then somehow one left, Stamp left, and afterward Junior Men's left, and then they came and asked me to join the group. So now it was a quartet, and we did shows mostly with the Vikings. You familiar with the Vikings band?
Yeah.
Maybe too old for you. But the Vikings band used to play at the Sombrero Club, and we were their guest artists. And we stayed with them for quite a while. Granted, we did not get paid, you know, because we were getting publicity, so we didn't care about the money. Somewhere in early 1966, I think, there was going to be the first festival song competition, the one that Toots and the Maytals won with Bam Bam. We were getting ready for that, and we had a falling out with John, and we took him out of the group. He didn't leave. We took him out of the group and brought in the late Vic Taylor. If you're familiar with Vic Taylor. And Vic Taylor did the tour with us with the festival song around the island. After the tour, we decided that Vic Taylor was not the person we wanted. You know, he did not fit what we wanted to do. But Bob Andy was insistent that he wanted Vic in the group, and we said no, we didn't want Vic, and we wanted John back. And as a result of that, Bob and us parted ways. Bob went his way to become a solo performer.
Right.
And so it was now Tyrone, myself, and John.
Right. Howie, hold on 1 second there. We're now joined by Mr. Copeland Forbes. But Copeland, good morning.
Buenos dias, mi amigos, in New York.
Same thing to you. Welcome, Copeland. You're back with us, Copeland, and it's a sad moment. It's a happy moment. We're celebrating the life of the late, great, the icon, Mr. John Holt. We have Howard Barrett on the line with us, talking about John, his days with John Holt. But Howie, I want to go back to you a little bit. Why did you want John in the group that bad then? So it actually...
Well, you see, you have to understand that John's voice, you know, Tyrone and myself, we think we never heard any voice like that.
Right.
Right. He was just so good. He was not good at harmonizing, but as a lead singer, he was just great. And when we performed with the Vikings, every time we sang, you know, we brought the house down. So we wanted John back. Now, of course, Bob, and let me say this before I go on, I feel so honored to have been involved with two of the greatest artists to come out of Jamaica. John Holt as a singer and Bob Andy as a writer. They were both great. So, Bob decided that, well, you know, he can sing too, you know, but he wasn't getting any of the lead parts. So he figured that maybe if he went on his way and went solo, he would do better. And we decided, yes, John is the sound we wanted. However, we wanted a quartet. And we figured we had to find somebody else. And we searched for weeks, and we couldn't find anybody else. And then one day we sat down and we said, why go through all it? Let's try just the three of us. And John came to us one day, one Sunday, and said, Duke Reed was having audition, so let's go audition with Duke Reed. And he had the a song, just the first two lines of a song, Happy Go Lucky Girl. And we decided, we sat down, we completed the song, we made it into a song. And we went down for the audition at Duke Reed's studio. He had audition on a Sunday morning. And when you go down there, the place is packed with artists coming from all over. Anyway, we went down there. We had our turn. They heard us, and they liked what they heard. So they sent us upstairs. And that Sunday, we recorded our first two songs as a trio, Happy Go Lucky Girl and Look What Love Has Done to Me.
Wow, 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 wow. So special. Copeland.
Yes, sir.
How you doing this morning?
Hello, Copeland.
Not too bad, you know. I just got off the phone with John's family in England, you know, trying to get an update, you know, on what's happening and when the body will be coming to Jamaica and so on, you know. So I'm going to be speaking back to them because they had to cut it short to go and do an interview with the BBC, and they'll be speaking back to me and so on. But he told me, nephew, who was with him all the time, told me they're going to have a big musical tribute at Wembley Stadium.
Wow.
On Tuesday, you know, with all the greats, not just reggae acts, you know what I mean? You know, we'll be there performing, paying tribute to John. So that's a great thing there, you know?
Right. You know, Copeland, earlier on, earlier on in the program, I actually replayed a part of the interview we did when we actually did the presentation of Marcia and Friends right here. And that was John Holt's last interview that we had with him here on Groovin Radio. And, you know, it was my last conversation with John. My last conversation with John Holt was a few days before Groovin in the Park. And John was so adamant about coming. He wanted so bad to do Groovin in the Park this year. I don't know why he wanted so bad, but he wanted it so bad. And I said to John, your health is first. We want to make sure that you're fine. We even tried Copeland, and you know this. We tried our best to have John Holt here on June 29th, but it was never meant to be. And the fans, the fans who came out certainly missed John. And as Howie's just saying, boy, the voice of John Holt, they never heard such a voice. He was a very special one. He was a very special one. And that is why this morning we really decided that the entire program was going to be a John Holt. Gentlemen, stay where you are. I just want to give the audience a little bit of music and come right very special singer. You can hear it. You can hear it in his voice, downbeat. You can hear it in his presentation. Speaking to the mic, downbeat, please. You can hear it in his presentation. Copeland, Howie, John, the listeners. John was special. He was a very special one. He had over 50 years of experience in the business. And Copeland, you brought something to us that was so special. You brought 5 orders of distinction on one stage.
Exactly.
It never happened. And even when John Holt took sick, the person who we reached out to, and we're going to try and get in touch with Mr. Ken Boothe this morning, the person who we reached out to this to join us, Mr. Ken Boothe, also has the Order of Distinction. How special was that? That was very special.
Yes, it was a very special moment, because when we looked at it, this has never happened anywhere on the planet Earth where we have a show with so many ODs. And even the replacement that we got for John to substitute was an OD, and Dean Fraser, who is with the backing band, is an OD. So that was a very, 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 very special moment on stage, looking at all the artists. And, the fact that you all gave them a citation, is to remember this occasion. It was so good. As a matter of fact, it's last night I just took the citation for John to his family, to have them to put it in his coffin, because he came to my house before he went to London, and he had it in his hand all along, wouldn't leave it anywhere, and for some reason he rested down to sign a receipt. And forgot it, and then later on I looked on the chair and I saw it, and I called him, and he said, boy, I'm coming back for that. And I said, John, it's too late, just go and lie down and rest, and you can come back for it tomorrow. And he never get a chance to come back for it.
Wow.
And I had it, so I just gave it to them, and they read it and looked at it, they hugged it, and they're going to put it in the coffin for him, because since he wanted it so bad to go with him,
Yeah, he wanted so much. He wanted so much to go Groovin.
Yes, because I remember that he went out of his way to even go to them.
Yes.
To get his work permit. We all knew what happened at the embassy. He got faithful. He was to stand and all. And we keep saying, why are you forcing it? He said, that show, I want to be there. I have to be there. I must be there.
Right.
So
Owie,
it meant a lot to him.
Yeah, Owie, I'm going to play a song. Tell me if you remember this one. The question is, have you ever been in love? And certainly we were all in love with Mr. John Holt. I mean, such a great one. Oh, you remember that one?
Oh, yeah. That was written by Tyrone. And I remember that quite well.
Right.
Quite well, Like I said, we were part of the group, but we're always so mesmerized when we hear him sing. You know what I mean? I mean, it's such a pleasure to sing harmony around somebody with such a great voice. You know what I mean? So we never regretted the day that we had John and made him the lead singer for the group, because he was really special. He was nobody to compare with him, believe me.
Wow. His body of work, Copeland, his body of work is solid. And when I say solid, you can sit here and play John Holt all day. And
I tell you, you're so right, because one of the things that always intrigued me is that when he's going on stage, a lot of people don't know this, John has butterflies before he goes on stage, He's walking from one side and just move together, up and down. I said, John, what's the problem? Relax yourself. Copy. You sure we're doing the right set of songs for this region? Because the amount of work that he has on the catalog, every region that he goes to, it's a different set of songs that region is warmed into. You know what I mean? I remember we went to Brazil in 2009, and the songs that John had to do, there is songs that he recorded from the 60s and never sang them on stage. But these are the songs that broke big in Brazil. So we had to go get the CD, give it to him and let him walk around all day listening back to his own songs. And then we had to write the lyrics out, the hook line to some of the songs that can bring back the memory of the song, put them on stage. So the stage was covered with people like Korean people didn't understand what was happening. We said, John, remember song 1 is over on the right-hand side, and song 4 with on your ears. So they were just moving from one side to the other stage, standing there and singing and just look down. And people didn't know that he was reminding himself of his own song, because we didn't know that these are songs that that they wanted there, and we used to the regular that people know from this region. So that is one of the things that always bother him and worries him. He's doing the writing the songs for this region of the world.
Yeah, Copeland, I'm going to say, hold it 1 second there. Another one of John's great friends have now joined us. I think we're now joined by Mr. Ken Boothe. Good morning, Ken.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Clem.
How you doing, Ken?
Good morning, Copeland.
Good morning, brother. Yes, I did run down to the country.
Hey,
Ken, you're telling me good morning.
Ken, hold on one. Ken, hold Ken.
That branch fall off the tree, you know?
Ken, Howie Barrett from the Paragons is on too. Say good morning to Howie.
Hi, Barry. Want Barry?
Tell me morning, right?
Long time, but never knew it upon the ear, man.
Yeah, man.
Upon the phone. Want Barry?
Well, I am here, my brother.
Well, Barry's a legend, you know.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
When it comes to Paragon, Tyrone, you know.
Yeah. You know,
Paragons, we're always a great group.
You know, Ken, I am happy that you were able to join us on June 29th in space of John, who took sick early June. And when we called you, Ken, you said, yes, you will be here. And certainly you came, and the audience, as you know, New York City loves you, Ken. And they wanted so much to see John Holt, and John never made it. So this morning, I'm asking all of John's friends who I can find.
That's what we're here for, you know.
Yeah, man. So say a few words about John, Ken. You have some lovely days with John.
John is like a family, you know, like brothers, you know. Because both of us was like, we have when you have Steve McQueen and you have Paul Human, you know.
Wow. Go ahead.
Then John is family. They used to have eyes on the two of us, you know, in our growing up, musically speaking. You know, if it's not him, it's me. You know? You know what I'm saying? So, but as I said before, that another branch. You know?
And he will be missed.
Off the tree.
Yes.
And he's going to be missed. And his music will be here forever. You know, that's why, you know, when they said music alone shall live, meaning mankind, but I agree with that. Because yesterday I was listening to the radio. And to know that he's not here with us anymore, you know, in that sense. But the music will live on
forever.
You know what I mean? It's just a memory. Don't live like people do.
You know, I wonder, you say memory, Ken, I wonder, you know, when we sang Memories by the Score. Is that...
You remember that song, Memories by the Score?
That's what we're thinking about, I wonder. We didn't know.
Yes. So John have a repertoire of songs. Because I'm not one of the jealous singers, you know. I don't say like that. You know, that are entertainers. Even in the workplace, you're a professional grudge. I'm not like that. You see, I support music, and anybody is doing good music, right? That's what I'm going to tell you now about John. John have a repertoire of music that will never die.
Cannot die.
No, it will never die. And when I talk out of my mouth, that's out of my mouth. And it's not me alone know that. I know all of you guys. Barry know that.
Yeah, man.
You know, all of you guys know that.
Yeah, man. Gentlemen, here's a gentleman who's joining us now, a man who has sold a lot of John Holt's music. Let me see if I could bring in this gentleman here. Is he on hold? I cannot seem to pick up Mr. Keeling Beckford. He has now joined us.
Oh, Keeling?
Yeah, I'm trying I'm trying to bring Keeling in on the
call. You know, he's a salesman, that, you know.
One Ken Boothe. See if you know that voice, Ken Boothe.
Who it is?
Downbeat the ruler. Downbeat the ruler.
One beat. One.
Give thanks and blessing.
Why
to
don't
you.
the whole love our ear right now?
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? I can imagine how people miss Johnny Nelson because we don't know the depths of life. If we just put a little one on him and him just there with me, you know? You know what I mean?
man,
But that's where it go.
True.
Yeah, man.
But
You know,
Copeland, one
when
thing
the
I wanted
time
to
has
ask
come,
you
you know?
about, because John had done a series of performances in England with the Philharmonic Orchestra, and that is something that got a lot of visibility. Can you just share some light about that?
As a matter of fact, you know,
No,
even
that
the
John
last...
is not here anymore. I want to...
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
yes.
on.
Don't cut me. Because you are far me there. I want to just say something humorous about John now, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we can't just talk be a serious thing. I'm going to know. We have to talk about the nice things, them. You know?
Yeah, man.
Like we hear.
Yeah. It's like me and him in a hotel, you know, and them give us the biggest table to eat on, you know. Because me and him sing there, you know. Right, John? Right, and every time, you see me I say, John, and every time that the waiter coming on, they are the guy who serve us. Because me and him table filled up, you know, with food, you know. You hear me? Drink everything, and every time him come, you hear John to me. Saying, Boothe, work him. You know, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Every time the guy who serve us come, and the table are really filled up, and they say, Boothe, work him, man, make him carry some more things for me. I said, John, you know. Yeah, man, I love John, man, you know.
That is John.
Wow.
And John did reality.
Yes.
If him not into him, just not into you.
Right,
you know?
right. You
I
know,
have a museum at my home, you know, and I was on last night, they showed it,
Yeah, I was watching it. It was excellent, Ken. I have to tell you that. Right. Then, if you ever go to Ken's house and see that museum that him have there, I was watching it last night on TV when they were interviewing him about John.
The biggest picture I have
Fantastic.
inside here.
Excellent, you know what I mean, when I saw it, you know.
right.
Yes, because we did a show with the Royal
friend here, you know, John and so on.
And
It was
they
very
featured him
nice
that year.
Hold on.
an interview of that
Yeah.
nature.
Right. You know, there's a song that I love to play from John Holt. It's called My Sweet Lord. And My Sweet Lord certainly have called home the great John. We say condolences to the late great John Holt. What a voice, what a person John Holt hit.
What a song.
Yes, man.
You realize he had sung a song of that nature.
Right.
Fitting, you know what I mean? And look at the tone of the voice.
Yes.
Oh, look here. No matter which song we don't give we for doing, you know. We can picture them, you know.
Exactly.
You understand? It's John, that all away, you know. When you give us a song, we can just sit down with it and picture it and do it. You understand? But look here, it's the humorous part of John what me want to talk about.
Yeah, man.
Because when John up on a plane, the first time I travel on a jumbo, you know, John know about plane like him is a man who fix plane, you know. Because the first time I travel on a jumbo from New York to England is me and him, but him traveled on it before. And I look at him and I so big this plane is. And I said to him, John, you sure this thing can go up?
I can.
And I'm put and him say, Boothe, it's the coolest thing you can feel. And so said, so done. You know that thing too. If me and him in economy, most of the time, me and John play a first class, you know.
Right.
You hear me? But sometimes I have to go in economy, yeah? I'm going to tell you this. I'm first come off of the plane and do economy, you know.
Right.
You wonder when we reach past first class, you know. And we reach the door, you know, for come off him first. You know, I hear my Copeland.
Yeah, right.
What you talk about? You know, you do that. What you talk about? John, the poor watch out. John, I wait for look at me and tell me, say, Boothe. You want to say I go to the bank this man, go wake up some money and them don't want to wake. You hear me? And this book I book my beat, boy, I wouldn't have to leave them, make them sleep. And no matter how hard me lick them now wake up. And then just step out of the bank. You hear me, Copeland?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, you know. You know that Gregory, that, you know.
Yeah, it was a very...
You know, him have all the answers too.
Yes,
But
yes.
He's going to do me. Some Barry.
Yeah, man.
Barry, Tyrone.
Yeah.
I didn't
Right?
realize.
Hold on.
All of my brethren.
Yes.
We're not here anymore.
Yeah, man.
It's a journey.
Yes, yes.
And every man to the long run.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, Ken,
But some of us have to be here, you know, to speak about these people.
yes, certainly.
Here we are, all of
Yeah, man.
us.
All of us this morning saying,
Yes.
yeah, man, awesome.
I give me, this is on the radio, not like say, me interview me upon, you know.
You talk about your
I
friend,
talk
right?
about my brethren.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
You know?
Ken.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So,
My
Barry.
brethren, me and them grew up together.
Yes.
You know?
Hold on, Ken. Barry want to
Yes.
say something. Go ahead, Barry.
Oh, Ken, I was saying, I don't know if you know it, but Alton went in October.
Yes.
Gregory went in October.
John.
Yes.
John went in October. Tyrone
What?
went in October. You know that?
Wow.
No,
Yes.
I just come to the realization you tell me
Yeah,
now.
you know.
Yes,
October, like a
and
thread,
I want to add to that, you know, Barry.
Yeah.
Is that with his brethren, his close brethren who passed 4 years ago, which was Gregory. The rumor started with Gregory in September, and he died in October. John born the 11th of July. Gregory born the 15th of July.
That's
right.
Imagine
The
that.
rumor started with John in September that he died. He died in October,
Yeah,
5 days, you know, before Gregory's passing.
the weird
And
thing.
both of them passed away in the UK. It's so ironic. I looked at it the other night, and
Yeah.
I was just wondering, you know. So sometimes we don't know how the future set out.
We don't know how it set out.
Destiny was ordained to
Yes.
be that way, you know what I mean?
And you know,
and they
Copeland,
are very
you know-
close friends, you know.
Right.
Up
Yes.
close.
I want to get
Yes,
through
Barry.
this, Copeland.
Hold on. One at a time, please. So,
I want to get through this. Because the other day I spoke to John, you know. Right? While I was in England.
Yes, yes,
I
I remember.
They must kind of spread a rumor like, you know, in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Which I think they should know better when it comes to the media.
Right.
Because they were saying that John died.
Right.
Right.
didn't.
And yeah.
So I called him in England, right? And I got one of his family. And he was resting, you know. And his family talked to me as if he can't wait. I said, tell him, say, Ken Boothe upon the line want to talk to him, you know. Watch this now. And right away John rise up, you know. And you see when you hear the man voice, watch him voice sound so powerful in him. The warm Boothe. Understand me good what I'm saying? Yeah, come here to make sure, you know, so me hear him voice.
You hear him, right?
You understand me, Copeland and Barry? And
Yes, me know
Adrian?
because I immediately Teddy the number for Gail. I'm telling you.
All right, because Teddy called me, you know, right? What the
Yes,
booking agency.
yes.
And thank you very much for that moment, because at least I get to talk to him.
Right.
Like
Yes,
Gregory,
and
like,
they
you know,
told me
in
that
the
he was standing right there when you were talking to him.
Right.
Even Upton,
Yeah.
right? His manager called me when he passed away.
Right.
Gregory called me, you know. He called most man, you know, before him leave, you know. He called me from me, and he said, Boothe. He said, I must read a psalm. It's the 31st hour.
Yes.
On this song, you know. But that is what nice, you know. That we say something to each other before. You know, but you know, understand?
Yeah.
And that nice me, you know, that me talk to him, you know.
Here is
Look
what
at
I
him, man,
just
let me tell you something. This is an interview of such, you know. Me talk about, can you see me right now, youth? Show me the pan a tree there, you know. You hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Me the pan a tree there, you know. And the branch, couple branch fall off now, you know. And it's that tree there, that tree just go on and until that day, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Because that journey is not special, man, not no partial.
Not at all, not at all.
You understand? So, it's right now, me a chat to you, you know, me not cry much. And at least make little tears that come my eye. When me and the whole hour now together, we die and die, you know.
Yeah, man.
Me not honor him, you know.
The same kind
You know
of
what I
feeling
mean?
that come over.
And then feel works, you know,
Hey,
Rastafari,
Ken,
you
what
know?
you have to...
Yeah.
What
I'm
you
not
have
telling me
done...
no cry now. I'm not cry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But me on the vice and you know, the interest I want to have. Over the years, all I want to support I and I, you know? We have to give thanks, you know.
Certainly.
You know what I mean? No miss, you know. Heal His Majesty. I'm going to miss, you know?
Yeah, man, certainly.
Because we bring, at one time, I'm me and John, you know?
Right.
I'm me and John in the British shot at the same time, you know? You understand?
Right.
I'm never taught the nice part I do, the beautiful things.
Yeah, man, certainly.
I'm driving in a Rolls Royce, I mean a 6-door Benz. And the whole world, I read them up through, I think a focus pan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And John have him camera over him shoulder and him bag and I tell you the prestige part and his wee.
The lovely days, Ken.
It was a lovely time and then John have the band with all these tuxedo guys and strings and you know bring it to the front and show people what music, the kind of variety, you know, musically speaking.
Certainly. Ken, hold on one second. Ken, hold on.
Rastafari. I'm an original, yeah?
Yeah, man, hold on 1 second. Hold on. And Ken, we want to say thank you. Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. And Ken.
Somebody have to be alive to talk about this thing, you know?
Yeah, man. And Ken, before you leave, Ken, from all of us.
You announced me on the TV.
Yeah.
I tell you something, cry and the whole of me full of tears, you know.
Ken, before you... Yes, man, I hear you, Ken.
Copeland?
Yeah, man.
Watch out. You hear me?
Yeah.
Tell me serious, sir.
We love you, Ken. We love you.
Yeah.
Enough respect, Ken.
Enough respect. Yeah, man.
Ken,
all right. Copeland. Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, man. Copeland, hold on 1 second. Okay, that was Mr. Ken Boothe saying his piece of Mr. John Holt. We thank Wow, Copeland, Anthony, Barry, we're gonna say, Barry, I wanna say thank you for getting up and joining us. And, you know, I know Mr. Ken Boothe broke down there in the end, and that's how we all feel. Copeland, that's how we all feel, because I was talking to Judy this morning, and I was telling Judy that last night, Chris and myself and Andrea, we were in Manhattan at an event, and we were meeting with a special group that we were talking to. And, you know, you guys came up, all of you guys came up in terms of everything. You guys came up, and boy, it was so special. It was a very special occasion. And to hear Ken Boothe broke down there at the end. These phone lines are not working, guys, and I don't know. I cannot bring in, let me say who's on this morning. Good morning, Keeling.
How are you doing, Rascal?
I am blessed. Say good morning to Copeland Forbes and
Copeland
and Mr. Howard and Mr. Howard Barrett from the Paragons.
Oh, what, Barry? Keeling Beckford.
Okay, Keeling, real quick, say a few words about Mr. John Holt, please.
Well, John was a great artist, you know. I used to admire John so much, you know. I remember in my early days, I used to come up by RGR there. They used to rehearse. I don't remember the place. They used to ride somewhere there and come listen to John, you know. And John was, I don't know, how John put out, even when he covered a song, the way he put it across and present it, you know. I used to admire and try, you know, if I could come as close as John Holt, you know. But anyway, Phil Pratt, one of the producers that produced My Heart Is Gone, said to give his regard, you know, and is very sad, you know, for the passing of John Holt. Also myself. John was a colleague of us. I worked with him a couple of times in New York, one time in England, and in Jamaica, you know.
Right.
So,
he will be missed.
I hope his soul rest in peace, you know.
Yeah, man, it will, and he will be certainly missed.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. So,
and I hear you touch upon about the Philharmonical Orchestra, that video, and you know, I just have one copy in stock. One copy.
That is a property that is in great demand. Even the audio of the CD, because last time we were playing it on the radio, and people were calling where they can get that Philharmonic Orchestra performance. It's both in video and in audio. You know what I mean? One of the greatest performances that you could ever see a reggae artist doing with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
Yeah.
And I was about to say it before Ken Breakdown that he did a performance of that nature just in his last run in the UK the other day, right, when he did it in London, him and Luciana and UB40 frontman Ali Campbell, right. If you go on YouTube and you punching it, you know, and punching John Holt, and you put in Sundance Festival, and just look at him with the festival, you could see that he was singing, right, but he wasn't really performing, you know, because he was moving around, going through the motion and holding his chest sometimes. And I'm looking at it and I said, you know, John is just struggling through there. You know, I just wanted to say that I was totally against him going to England to do those shows. You know, he came to my house and seen me 2 days before. He spent a whole day till 10 o'clock in the night. And I keep saying, John, I think you're going back to work too early. He said, boy, I missed the stage, you know, boy, I need to go to this man, you know. And he get up in the living room. And I said, what about, you know, breathing and take some breathing and then take some notes. And I think the neighbor, you know, think something was wrong over there. Then hear this person belching out. And I said, no, it's John Holt and exercising his voice. You know what I mean? Okay,
Copeland, we're gonna say bye to Keeling. Keeling, take care. Thanks for calling.
Yes, right.
All right. Have a good.
Yeah, man, respect Keeling.
Yeah, man, respect.
Yes,
yeah, man, respect. We're going to bring Leroy in on line 3, so get Leroy Sibbles on line 3, please. Leroy is also on the phone line. As they say, no man is an island. The late great 1000 volts of Holt, Mr. John Holt.
No man is an island.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire Groovin team, Christopher Roberts, Andrew Bullins, Joan Lewis, Clement Hume, the production team, African Roots, the supporting cast, this program is livicated to the life and times, the work of Mr. John Holt. Let's join Mr. Leroy Sibbles. Leroy, good morning.
Hi, good morning, man.
How you doing, Leroy?
I'm here, you know, I got some rest, you know?
Yeah, man. As they say, no man is an island. Our very good friend, your brother John Holt, has journey on home. Say a few words about John, Leroy.
Well, my time, our most important time with John Holt was earlier days of Studio One, you know? When I was there and I, you know, had the pleasure of working amongst the man, a great youth, great talent, and I was, you know, the one there, even in Studio One album, the song we did at Studio One, I arranged most of them songs there and played bass to them, and, you know, so, you know, we were really a great individual. I remember we did a song together at, the only song I ever done at Treasure Isle. Because he was really a Treasure Isle man before he was Studio One, you know.
Let's build our dreams together. Let's build our dreams together.
Yeah, man, let's build our dreams together, you know what I mean? So, you know, that, you know, we've been there and, you know, so the road of, you know, musical success and, you know, brotherhood, you know what I mean?
Certainly. You know, Leroy, Fat Forward and myself and Lanny G, we usually keep Ken Boothe birthday party, and you and John was a very integral part of that. And, you know, I got to know John real good, and what a soldier John Holt was. And certainly all of us will miss John Holt.
Well, yeah, man, the whole world, man. Not just us, but the whole world, man. Because John is Sir John, you know, in England.
Sir John.
Yeah, right. You understand? And not just John when they reach all England. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you all to stay where you are. We're going to go up to the top of the hour. I want to play one more John Holt song. It is called Morning of My Life. And certainly on Monday morning, John Holt's life came to an end.
Watching rainbow.
Wow, what a voice. What an individual.
Hey Jude, don't let me down.
And as we return for the final 30 minutes of Groovin Radio, we livicated the program to Mr. John Holt. We're going to go back to the phone lines and we're going to say thanks to Mr. Howard Barrett, an original member of the Paragons. Howard, I want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for having me. And before I go, I just want to say that I spoke to John in May, 2 days after Mother's Day, and we hadn't spoken for like 17 years.
Wow.
And we spoke 2 days after Mother's Day, and it's like, you know, we were speaking all the time.
Wow.
I spoke to him, and we spoke for an hour. And I didn't know he was ill, but he knew he was ill. And I'm glad I did speak to him because, if there was anything on our mind about each other, everything was cleared up with that conversation. So I was so happy I spoke to him, you know.
We are happy that you
did. Rest in peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. John will be missed, and we thank you again, Howie.
Every time.
Have a blessed day, and thanks again.
Copeland, call me.
Copeland.
Yeah.
Always say you must call him.
When you get a chance.
Yes, I know.
All right. Take care now.
Take care, Howie.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Well, Anthony, we're going to make another connection, but boy, Copeland, it is indeed a very special one. But I want to play, Copeland, I want to take you back. I just want to keep John Wool's voice. I want to keep John Wool's voice out there. I want to play something for you. Take a listen to this. Take a listen.
I want to love I can feel. Hi, this is John Holt.
My name is Barry Sanders.
This is your reggae queen, Marcia Griffiths.
This is Carnix representing.
This is Judy Mowatt.
This is Bob Andy.
This is Tony Gregory.
Legendary Air Supply.
We are the group Lost. Will be performing on Groovin in the Park on June 29th at the Roy Wilkins Park.
Yes, I've got to be. That was supposed to be John Holt's final performance here. I want to say thank you, Copeland, for putting that package together. Leroy is back with us. Welcome back, Leroy.
Yeah, man, sure.
All right, we're going to wrap it up with you now, Leroy, but you have a moment now to say all the love in the world and the condolences to the great John Holt. Go ahead, Leroy.
Yes, man, like you said it, man, straight up, you know. We're on a road where it's from your band, you know, from your band, from your live, man. You know, it's the end of the whole thing is the final moment, but every man have a try, you know what I mean? And John has lived a very good life, you know what I'm saying? I hope that he really, you know, appreciated and enjoyed every day of and moment of his life because he had a good one.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And may the Almighty God bless and keep him wherever he is right now, you know what I mean?
Thanks much, Leroy.
Yeah, man.
Thanks much. Have a good day. Take care, Leroy.
Man.
We'll talk soon.
Man.
Take care.
Blessed love.
Yeah, man. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by the queen of reggae music, the one and only Marcia Griffiths. Good morning, Marcia. Marcia,
good morning.
How you doing?
Good morning. I am giving thanks.
Well, we're giving thanks that you're still with us. We're giving thanks Copeland is still with us. Anthony's on the line. Say good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Marcia. How you doing?
I am wonderful and
Buenos días, mi amigo. ¿Cómo está?
Yes, sir. I don't talk that language, but I know what to say.
Well, Marcia, you're here this morning as we are sharing the happier days of the late, great John Holt. Say a few words about John, because I know you and John have a song that you had planned to do at Groovin, and it never happened. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, you joined the Paragons with Bob Andy and Tyrone Evans and Barry. So that was like, I don't even remember what year that was, but I knew him then, and when I heard him joined the group, I said, wow, what a voice. You know, his voice was just so sweet and melodious, and we became very close. John himself would share a whole lot of stage together during performances. And then when we did the collaboration, the song that we have there on the CD, I said to Jermaine, this man's voice don't change. It is just the same from the first day I heard the voice. Soothing with that body, and you know, I can't even describe John's voice. That I am saying now that John has gone, passed and gone. When I'm going to do my show, when I can find voices that can be replaced, I mean, not really replaced, but substitute, I can always find one of Bob Marley's sons to do the duet that Bob Marley and myself did. Kimani, any one of them would be a good replacement. And then I could find Frey's son to do Words with me. I could find Joseph Hill Kenyatta, his son, to do the song that Joseph Hill and myself did. And I could go on maybe about 2 or 3 more, but there's no replacement for John's voice.
Wow.
I cannot think of who I could ask to do that. And it would be, you know, it would be totally different.
Certainly.
I can't think of anybody.
Hold on 1 second, Marcia.
Yes,
sir, hold on 1 second, Marcia. We are now joined on the telephone lines by promoter extraordinaire, Mr. George Crooks. George, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Rastam. How are you doing, sir?
I am blessed. We're here celebrating the life, as we say, of John Holt. The happier times, the happier days of the late, great John Holt.
One of the greatest voices of all time, one of the greatest songwriters of all time. And, like, you know, I tell people, if you ever listen to John talk just the way he sings. The man had an incredible voice. And when it comes to performance, I mean, second to none in terms of that.
Certainly.
You know, we love every show that we ever did with him.
Yes, George. And you know, it was a special one. The body of work left here by Mr. John Holt, not many people can really be compared to John. John was a very special person.
Incomparable. That's the word I would use. You know?
Yes.
You know, like I said, the guys in from UB40 said there's never a song that John wrote that they couldn't borrow.
Wow. That's special. That is special.
That is special. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that is very.
You know, they like to borrow John more than anybody else.
That is very special. Yeah, man.
And you know something? Something entrepreneur. Howard Barrett, which we just spoke to a while ago, spoke to him for over 2 hours last night, and I was happy that we spoke to him. Because he said some things about John that I've never heard. You know, when he said John left the group and they had to bring in Vic Taylor. He said after a while, John come back and said, I come back for my right foot play tonight. I have to be here against you all. You know?
Boy.
And just to hear that coming out of his mouth.
Yes.
I'm right above you, Lynn. Right up there.
Right.
Well, it's done.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, George, I want to say thank you very much for partaking this morning. You have promoted a lot of great shows, and that is why you are the promoter that we have this morning to say a few words. And it's now time for you, George, to say condolences to Mr. John Holt.
No, like I said, I give John, his family, and his friends all the condolences in the world.
Yeah, man.
In terms of that, he was a very, very special person. And like I said, he was a very special voice.
Yes.
He will be missed dearly. I mean,
definitely.
He's irreplaceable.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
In terms of that. And, you know, I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, man.
Big up Copeland, big up Marcia. And, you know, of course, they're legends in their own right.
Yeah, man.
And, you know, like I said, you know, the only thing we can do is celebrate his life.
Yeah, man.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
And that's what we're doing this morning.
It's all about life.
Yeah, man. Take care, George.
All right.
Continue promoting. Take care, George. That was Mr. George Crooks, legendary promoter right here out of New York City. Marcia, I'm trying to find, what was the name of that song? Love is a Treasure. What was the name of that song you and John Holt did? Trying to find the name of that song that you did. It's on the compilation album, right?
Yeah, the Marcia and Friends album. That's what it's on. It's,
Okay. Okay, Anthony.
Let the music play or something like that.
Let the music play.
Let the music play.
Okay.
Louder every day.
Yes.
You do that for him.
Copeland Forbes.
Oh, please.
The man who sang backup on Electric Slide.
Yes. What Marcia, how you doing?
I am good.
I don't meet I yell you up, man.
Oh, what's up, man?
Standing good.
Boy, we are all here grieving the loss of John.
Yeah, man.
Believe me.
You don't know Sammy Brethren, so you don't know it go. So it go, him live on, you know?
I just did not want to believe that.
Yeah.
Well, none of us wanted to believe it, Marcia. And when the news came, we were so saddened by the news, even though we knew John was sick for quite some time. It wasn't a long time that he was sick for, but we knew John was sick, and we were just hoping and praying that John would have pulled through, but it was never meant to be. And John Holt, Anthony, you can give us all the dates now, Anthony. Go ahead.
Well, he was actually born in Kingston in 1947, and by the age of 12, he was...
No. Correct that, 45.
Well, that's why we have you. And of course, he recorded his first single, I Cry a Tear, back in 1963. He achieved prominence as lead singer of the Paragons and enjoyed success with songs like Alibaba and The Tide is High, made famous by Blondie. Where You to the Ball was another of his hits with the Paragons. He hit the charts again when Eura added a DJ verse to the song, and during his time with the Paragons, he also recorded Love I Can Feel and OK Fred. John, of course, left the Paragons in 1970 to concentrate on his own solo career, and by the early 70s, he was one of the biggest stars of reggae, and his hit song, Stick By Me, was, of course, a big hit in Jamaica. His 1973 album, Time is the Master, was successful with orchestral arrangements and led to Trojan Records issuing a series of similar albums, starting with 1000 Volts of Holt. That was in 1973. Of course, 1000 Volts contained the UK top 10 hit, Help Me Make It Through the Night, which peaked at number 6 and included a cover of Billy Joel's Just the Way You Are and Touch Me in the Morning by, of course, one of my favorite singers, Diana Ross. His song Man Next Door has been covered by numerous other reggae artists, including the Crown Prince of Reggae, Dennis Emmanuel Brown, UB40, and Horace Andy. Of course, our very special tribute to John Holt this morning.
Now we're joined by the Empress of Reggae Music, Sister Judy Mowatt. Good morning, Sister Judy.
Hi, Russ Clem. How are you?
I'm blessed. Say good morning to Marcia, Copeland, and Anthony, and the entire world.
Marcia, my sister. Copeland, my brother.
Good morning,
everyone else.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well,
and for those names I haven't called, good morning.
Well, you know, Judy, it's your...
Just say good morning, world.
Yes, man.
Yes.
It's your time.
Morning, world.
It's your time, Judy, to say your piece of John. Go ahead.
Okay, for really a remembrance of John, John to me was someone that you would never normally see at a nightclub if he's not performing. And, you know, every one of us have our little place of hideout, a little place of building ourselves among the people. And when I go to Greenwich Town, I used to go to Greenwich Town regularly to purchase fish. And Skill Cole and Bob Marley used to go down to Greenwich Town too. And I used to see John there on a regular basis because that was like his little hideout where he would buy pounds and pounds of fish and put it on the zinc. They would have a zinc where they roast fish. And there is where I would see him all the time, just taking care of himself. And when you look at John's skin, you can really see the oil of those doctor fish just oozing out of his body. That is what I really remember, you know, of him. His music, his catalog, his repertoire is very, very wide. And I myself did On the Beach a very long time, but I did not release it. I'm a lover, a real lover of John's music. And he has left us a legacy. a legacy of music behind that even the second and the third and fourth generation will be able to record and still make hits out of it.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And Judy, we want to thank you. We are coming up to the end of the program. And I brought Judy Mowatt on this morning. I brought Ken Boothe on this morning. Marcia Griffiths, Copeland Forbes. Mr. Bob Andy somewhere down there in Florida. He came in last night. Could not reach. Yes, could not reach Bob.
He's right here.
He's right there? Let me say good morning to Bob. Mr. Bob Andy, the legendary Bob Andy, the icon. Bob. Good morning, my dear brother Bob Andy. How you doing this morning?
Greetings to you and your listeners, my lord.
Greetings to you, my brother. We're saying goodbye to our friend, Mr. John Holt, and I know you want to say a few words. Go ahead, Bob.
John, my most fond memory of John is when he came into the Paragon. He said, listen, guys, I'm not going to be a mechanic. I'm not going to be an electrician. I'm not going to be a carpenter. I'm not going to learn any trade because I'm going to live off my voice for the rest of my life. Up to that point, I didn't know whether we were practicing or rehearsing for hobby, for love, or what. But when he made that statement, it occurred to me, 1965, that this could have been a livelihood. And that statement stood behind me, that 50 years after, I'm still relevant.
Yes,
and I owe him a debt of gratitude for that.
Wow. Want to say thank you.
So, yes.
You want to say...
So,
yeah.
My condolences to his family and friends, and as they cliche says every time, may his soul rest in peace.
Certainly. And Bob, I want to thank you for joining us this year. For the first time you were at Royal Wilkins Park. The package included Mr. John Holt, who never made it because he felt ill in June. And the end result was on Monday morning at 2:40, John Holt went home. And, you know, all of you guys, all of you, from all of us here at Groovin, from the bottom of our hearts, I want to say a big thank you. Copeland, Marcia, Bob, Judy, every single one of you guys. You're very special in our hearts.
The show of honorees.
Yes. Order of distinction.
Let me just say here that let me reiterate that the experience from doing your show was certainly one of the best run promotional ships I've ever been on, and I never forget how organized and how much you guys kept your word. And I look forward to have my strength and my health so
certainly
I can be an active part of the team.
Certainly, Mr. Bob Andy. We love you, Bob.
All right, Bob.
All right. Copeland, we're going to put a
Yes,
wrap.
sir.
Yes, thanks much. We're going to put a wrap on this on behalf of the executive producer, Mr. Christopher Roberts, Andrew Bullins, John Lewis, Clement Hume, Anthony Turner, Breadman, all of us here at Groovin. O'Neill, Downbeat, want to thank you for joining us this morning, for coming in
respect,
and sharing.
To all.
It is often says, time is the master, and certainly John Holt's time on earth came to an end on Monday morning, this past Monday morning at 2:40 a.m. Copeland, walk good. Judy,
Yes, sir. Thank
one
you very
love.
much.
Sister Marcia,
All right, bless you.
One love.
All right, Sister Man.
Bread man, make myself your lively, is not a dead man.